ex-football guy.
Yeah.
Yo, how was that, bro? Like I feel like you went whole 180 from playing ball. Like you even you was you tried the NFL thing for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And now you went to like engineering. So even that's like a 180 to now entrepreneurship. So it's like, I don't know, you was everywhere. How was that
100%.
transition?
Bro, I'm gonna start from the beginning, bro. You gotta start from the roots, man. So football was just ingrained in me at a young age, bro. Grew up in Miami, Florida, where shit, we playing football in the streets, bro. No socks.
Yeah.
We tackling people into the gates. Like we reckless with it. So it's football just all I knew at the time. Growing up, that's all I wanted to do. Was pretty decent in high school, played high school ball in Georgia, and ended up going to Georgia Southern playing D1 football. But that's all I cared about. That's all I put my focus into from day one was football, right? Got to college, and one thing that stuck out with me, when I was on a recruiting visit, one of the seniors there, he was like, bro, when you come here, choose a major that can make you some money if football doesn't work out. He told me straight up that he felt like he made a mistake because he wasn't going to the league and the major that he studied wasn't making him any money, so he was just forced to go to the military. And he was like, bro, honestly, I could have did that out of high school and been at a higher rank than I am now. So that really stuck with me, and then that's why I chose electrical engineering, man. Was the hardest thing of my life, bro. Like 5 a.m. workouts, going to class, going to tutoring, games, film. It's crazy, but it built the man that I am today, bro, and I really appreciate that. So transitioned from college football, played a little bit of professional, didn't really do too much with that, right? But ultimately, I got a job as an engineer, you know.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the guy you met, right? That told you choose a major that's gonna make you some money. Isn't that so important? I feel like we sometimes it's either stick with you or it don't, because like we overlook those things. Bro, I never forget. I wish somebody would have told me that, but that's some of the things that I tell everybody I talk to when it comes to going to college. And they think I be laughing. I'm like, bro, don't have no major like sociology and like, cause my major was sociology. I'm being real, and they always joke like, you can make money as so. Man, listen, what I'm telling you. Like you might but you gotta get your master's. You gotta do all this other stuff. Whereas though a major like engineering, it's a couple of them. It's not a lot, but like majors like that where you can come out of college making money.
100%.
Man, that's so. How important was that now that you look back on it?
Bro, it really saved my life and put me on track, man, just because I was already structured to have success, and my mindset when it came to football was like, I'm going to focus on this, but whether I make it in football or not, I'm going to be making some type of bread coming out. I wasn't worried about nothing. So graduated, like I said, still was chasing football, but you get to a point where you understand, bro, like the sport don't always love you as much as you love it. When you hit that real world, and you leave college, because college is a bubble. So you the man on campus, everybody know you, you're on scholarship, you're getting free meal plans, you can go to the weight room, do all this stuff. But once you leave and get into real world, everything costs money.
Facts.
Them same steaks, chickens, broccoli, meal preps that we eating that was free because the school covered it, you now got to come out of pocket.
Yeah.
And that's like, what, $3-4K a month to have a real legitimate, meal plan. And then paying for training on top of that. That's another $2K a month. You know what I'm saying? So you get into a situation where if you don't have an agent, if you don't have the backing, if you don't have the funds, the resources, like life start to hit you.
No,
because if you come out of college not making no money chasing the dream, and it's $5K a month to train, and you still got to live, you still got rent, you may have a car note, whatever it be, it can stack up. So football, like I said, it kind of filters a lot of people out. But I thank God that, that conversation, even my parents showing me, telling me, when you go to college, maximize this opportunity. And then that's why I stuck with engineering. So going to engineering, bro, it's a touchy feeling, man, because at that point, most people say you have arrived. What do they teach us growing up? Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a degree,
get a job, retire, boom.
They only tell you what's next.
It's like, if that's your life, I don't want that. Is that the American dream? I need to move to the Bahamas. Like I gotta
exactly. You gotta go somewhere else,
exactly.
Right? But that's what they teach us, and you can't really fault the people before us that taught us that, because at one point they didn't have that privilege, and they thought that was what was right. And for some people, it is the right thing to do. But for me, man, like I said, I just wanted better. But I was smart enough to say, I don't know what I want to do yet, but this engineering is a bag, and it can you know what I'm saying, alleviate for now until I figure out exactly what I want to do.
Right.
So, bro, I was working during COVID. I'm working out. I'm sneaking out the job, lifting weights, going back to work. Like, I'm really putting that work in, but still trying to figure out what it is that I want to do in my life. And that's when I found out about credit, about business during that time, right? Got into it a little bit, had some success doing credit repair, because most people have, challenged credit and need help with that, helped them with that, but wanted something bigger. Found a mentor and made the craziest decision ever. My first mentor that I paid,
How much did you pay?
$25,000.
Woo!
I ain't even had that in my account.
Sheesh.
At that time, I think I had like $4,000 in my account. I got a screenshot of it. And I'm like, bro, am I really about to pay somebody $25,000, hoping and praying that this information, this accountability, this new community, this new environment can help me to make, $500K, $300K, whatever the case may be. And it paid off.
Best investment you ever made.
100%. But I did it strategically, bro. A lot of people. Oh, go ahead.
No, it was like, let me let you go into that. You know what's crazy? Because even still, you came in on a lower end. Like, I know 40, 50. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So even 25 is a lot, but just to think that wasn't as crazy as it's gotten that I heard from mentorships. But go ahead.
It gets bigger, but like I said, that was just my first taste of it, right? Like I told you guys, I didn't have, $25,000 in my account, so I had to finance. I actually leveraged my credit, so I paid them $25,000. I think my payment was like $350 a month. So it put me in a predicament where I can get this information, understand it, execute it, and be in the green. You telling me you can't make more than $350 a month off the information, the accountability?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. But going back to it, a lot of people live off of emotions. If they hate a job, oh, my boss don't like me, this and that, I'm finna quit. And then they just go back to square one. But I thought with strategy. I had to learn to control my emotions. As an entrepreneur, I learned that as well. Just because you feel like quitting today, that may not be the right time to quit. Let's do this smart. Let's do this with strategy. I spent another year and a half working my job as an engineer while building my business up. It got to a point where I was making triple what I was making in my company part-time than I was as an engineer, and I was still working there so that I could strategically leave and not have to get hit with the real world and start a business and try to live off the money that I'm making. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hold on. Before we even get into the entrepreneurship stuff, one thing that stood out to me about your story, because this happened to me in college, but it was your coach. For me, it was my teacher. So your coach came to you like, yo, basically you gotta make a decision. Like, you either gonna do this engineering thing or you gonna do football.
100%.
And I don't think people understand how, like, I don't wanna say straightforward, but how harsh college in general can be, bro. Like, they tell you straight up, like, listen, you're gonna do this or you're gonna do this. And you decided to continue to do both.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what made you because I stopped. I was a biology major when I came in, and I was going bad. Like you said, you started to flunk. Like, you had at one point, like, my was bad. My teacher was like, listen, you playing football, you need to make a decision. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do sociology. Yeah, cool, because I want to play football. Yeah. But you was like, nah, man, I'm sticking with it. What made you stick with it?
Man, just that dog in me, bro. Just that dog in me, man. And one thing I learned, bro, is like, it's your life. It's your future. I'm not allowing nobody else to write my story. I'm gonna write my story. So for another man to tell me, give me an ultimatum like it's gonna be this or this, nah, it's gonna be both, and I'm gonna show you how it's gonna be both. I'm not gonna let you force my life, because at the end of the day, and I tell everybody this, whatever you do with your life, that's on you. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame you. They can't blame nobody else but themselves at the end of the day, because it's their decision.
Facts.
And that's one thing I wanted to do, man. It's just, like I said, just show you that I can do both and conquer my goals. That was something on my list, to graduate with an engineering degree and play ball, and I was able to do both, man. Yeah,
no, that was dope. And the fact that you had the knowledge, though, I think that's what people overlook so much, bro. Just having, and we was joking off camera about, like, just, I knew that people was like, yo, you got to go to Atlanta to really, like, get in the faces of these celebrities or whatever. So I'm like, shit, I'm going to go. But it's to somebody that wasn't exposed to that. It's like, man, well, I'm going to just do it where I'm at. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, well, I'm going to just, like, so that knowledge is super important, especially when it comes to, we talking about mentorship.
100%.
Right? Did you know that going into it, I'm assuming, or was this something that you, like, I'm going to just take a leap of faith?
I took a leap of faith, bro. I knew where I was at in my life, being an engineer. Like I said, it was cool. You know, everybody think you got it made, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. One thing that people don't understand, a salary is just a payroll to forget your dreams. It's a check to forget your dreams. It's saying, okay, I see you have skills. I want you to commit to my company and put everything else on the back burner. And I was feeling that as an engineer for a utility company, working overnight. If power go off in here, they calling Georgia Power, and then they calling me. I got to come out here. It don't matter if it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and that's not what I wanted for my life, man. So just being able to build on top of that and just get to where I am today, bro. But that hunger of wanting better for myself led me to figuring out business, finding a mentor. And I found somebody that I aligned with. I like how he dressed, how he carried himself, how he treated his family, what he was doing in business, how his team was. And I was like, man, I can see a lot of you in me. And he did the same with me as well. And I just took it from
Who was
there.
your mentor? Him 500?
So him 500 was one of my initial mentors, but it was actually this guy named Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, my big brother Jesus.
Wow,
Yeah.
shout out to him, man.